Hello, I'm Morgan Hat, and welcome back to another episode of Nomad. For those of you who are just joining in, welcome. We are working on a power plant today for a village, the village of Damocles, which is, right now, got some issues. But we're working on that. We have worked on the hidden blood altar earlier and the garden above it. Got some nice butterflies in the garden. But today we're working on the power plant. Now, power plant, I did some work since last time. If you go in here, we've got, some things in the basement. We're going to probably replace some stuff here for sure. But then we've got this way going up here. The diamond is going to be where we're building more complex machinery. And this is what I have so far. But, I still need to put some scaffolds in here. But I've started to lay out more expensive pieces of equipment. More expensive blocks at least. The steel scaffold is not the easiest to make. So I wanted to actually put in the machines so I make sure that we're, actually making this a usable factory before we lay out more blocks. Now, the first thing, on the first floor, I'm going to be putting in submersive engineering squeezers. This is going to be basically taking the the seeds and squeezing them down into plant oil, basically, for us. Now, this basically shows us how we lay everything out. So let's go ahead and break one of these. I hope if I pick the right thing. And try to lay this out and build it and then see where all the pipes are connecting. Oh, okay. Right, so this is shorter than I thought. Okay, it's going to be 3 tall. Alright, but let's take a look at... Alright, so we're going to need the engineering block in the corner. Let me actually put these back on. There we go. Alright, so engineering block. It goes in the back corner right here. I'm probably going to want to replace that in time. Alright. Then the scaffold. Alright, so 2 and 2 on the scaffold. Can do that. Steel scaffolding, it's made of steel bars and then steel ingots. Steel bars, just 2 steel ingots. Alright, so we got that. And then let me see what else is on the bottom. I think there was 2 pipes. Yes. 2 pipes and 2 scaffolds. Okay. So, this is the fluid pipe from Immersive Engineering. I think it was fluid pipes that we needed, right? Yes, fluid pipes. Okay, then the scaffold to finish off the first layer. I think this can be covered up, but we can destroy the grass if necessary. Then we're ready to move on to the second layer. I think we can go... There we go. So then... Alright, we're putting a second engineering block. I'm going to actually have to make some more of these. Then where is the redstone? The redstone is up front, I think. And then we are wanting our 4 barrels. This is the Immersive Engineering sort of small storage for liquid there. Let me see. Okay, so then piston facing down. I think we can adjust this with a hammer. And then 3 steel fences. Now let's see if we can adjust this with a hammer. Will it be opposite of what we do? Okay, there we go. Now, I think I click on the redstone engineering block, or is it this? I click on one of these things. Okay, there we go. And we have our industrial squeezer. Oh, actually, that looks pretty good. Although I think that's going to be one of the inputs. We're going to have to adjust things a little bit. And that's the redstone control, so we can put a switch there. Yeah, going to need to figure out inputs and outputs on this. Let me lay out the second one real quick, and then we can see about connecting these two. So we have a slight problem. So I don't know if you've dealt with this before, but the one good and bad thing about the spectral swords and spectral weapons from Blood Magic is if you have enough, soul stuff on you in your Tartaric gems, and you accidentally drop them, or say an anvil breaks, it becomes a creature that is, I guess, your ally and goes around and hunts for you. I don't know about a good way to get it back besides beating it up. So Let me beat up my sword real quick. I've got both these laid out, and it's night, so guarding might not be bad unless it gets blown up by a creeper. But I'll be back in a second after I finish wrestling my sword to the ground. Come over here so I can punch you better. Maybe I should actually get another sword out. It would help if I could spell. There we go. Yeah, it works a lot better. Alright. Come back. Come back. It's regenerating. Okay. Huh. My own sword dropped XP. Oh, that damaged it. Okay. Oof. I should maybe figure out another way to get those back. Anyway, let me get back to trying to figure out how to connect these. Okay, I think I figured out the input and output. Power goes in through this pot right there. We can do like a normal power connector or immersive engineering power connector. Liquid comes out there. And items come in through here or through the back. So I'm just going to put it in through the side. Let me just do a test real quick of that. Insert, and then if I can target this, extract, always active. Okay, yes, the seeds are being put in. All right, there. Now, if this gets power, it should go ahead and start turning that into oil. So I'll probably test that in a bit. But we should be able to get these two set up. But it looks like the wiring should be pretty good. We can have, yeah, just power going through there. I might put tanks somewhere. Maybe tanks down here somewhere. I've got coke oven there for now, but I could probably put a tank just of plant oil right here. Could be nice, and have it stored there temporarily. And we can figure things out. How do I go ahead and lay out the fermenters next, just so I have an idea of where they're connecting to? Alright, yeah, for the fermenters, the design isn't that much different. It should be, let me see, scaffolding then through here. Scaffolding over here, back around. Let me see, fluid pipes. Then for the next layer. Okay, so cauldrons. Basically cauldrons instead of the barrels. I think I'm missing something though. Let me see. What else do you need for the second floor? We got redstone engineering block. Then I think it was just 4 sheet metal at the top. It's a very similar design. Then I think that should be everything if we try to hit it with the hammer. Okay, there we go. So let's see. Input looks much the same. It's too bad I didn't design this one more over. I might just move this over one. So you could have the pipe go down through there. Or I could just have it twist through there and then, yeah, that could be fun. Okay, so yeah. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's interesting. Is that... No, power's there. Huh, okay. But that should still be item input and then fluid output right there. Okay, I'm going to lay the second one out and go from there. Alright, I want a bit of a buffer once these things start producing, so I have a place to store oil and ethanol before it can be processed. So I figured I'd go with the immersive engineering tanks. They seem simple enough to make, so I need a 3x3 area. So might as well select this area right here. And then let me see, I put... Oh, that did not quite work. Okay. There we go, and then I start laying this out on top. I believe it's going to be hollow for a little bit. Let me see. Okay, first layer done. So 2 hollow above that, I believe. And second hollow. And then I believe just over top, I do the whole thing. Let me see, where'd I put that hammer? Yeah. Oh, probably shouldn't replace that one. There we go. Okay, so I can put things in through the top there and then pipe out through the bottom. I think I can actually pipe in through the bottom as well. Let me double check that one. Alright. Through the top or bottom block. Fluids can only be extracted through the center bottom block. Okay. Let me go ahead and I guess place one of these downstairs as well to store the plant oil, and then get everything connected so it will pipe out into these things. Alright, I'm going to try to switch things up a little bit and actually use the Immersive Engineering fluid pipes. I think they should work with auto output going out of these machines. And then through here. And then up into there. Now, one thing that sort of attracted me to them is the idea that you can actually put them inside the scaffolding. So right now it looks like, a normal floor-ish, but we've got that, hint of pipe underneath, especially if you look down here. Yeah, so you can basically see where the pipe is flowing through, and I kind of like that as sort of a practical design thing going on. So let me, I guess, make more scaffolds and maybe more pipes and connect this all up above as well. And just see how this all works together, and then maybe I'll get some power blocks just to see how this works in the short term before I start figuring out, well, how am I going to supply these things. Okay, I have a filled capacitor bank. This has 64 seeds in it. I think I can just stack that on top there, and it looks like it's working. Okay. So. Alright, it has made some seeds. How do we tell if this has anything in it? It doesn't have a UI. I think this will slowly... yes. I think I see a small line of yellow there. That I think... Yep, there we go. So it is pumping plant oil into there. Okay. Let's test the other one. Oh, 640 RF per tick. That's... Okay. That's good to know. Alright, so yeah, this is taking probably considerable input just to... Okay, I think this should still work in the end, but that is important to note. And we've got, some plant oil going on there. I can test the other ones in a bit just to make sure they're working. But yes, I think the next thing to figure out is how we are getting all this stuff. Probably going to do some variety of farm, probably right over here. And just pump that all into here. But let me think about that some and be back with you guys. Alright, I think I've come up with a solution to the whole how I'm farming this problem. Let me just go ahead and oh, I missed one. Let me try again. There we go. I think. Yes, okay. So, I'm going to be trying... I haven't really used this one much before, but... in theory, farms a 9x9 area in front of it. And it occurred to me, I already have an area with crops that's actually 9x9 already. The garden, the blood magic / butterfly garden, I'm going to actually use it as an actual garden as well, because why not? So I put this thing in. If I remember correctly, it doesn't actually collect items, so I'm going to have to probably get a hop rock from Botania. But I just want to put it down and see how it works. See how effective it is, and see whether it replants things in the same arrangement or if it's going to mix things up. But let me move back and get this all hooked together. So I guess let's try to place it down, see if we can rotate it the right way. I can try the hammer. Okay, hammer did not work. Let me see what I can do. Alright, so let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Pretty sure that's not facing the right way. Might have to just place a block down. And then place it across from that. Alright, so let's see. That's an interesting texture. I don't know. Okay, I think it should be placed the right way now. Did I measure it right? Yeah, it looks like I measured it right. So, that in mind, I can just put this on top. Okay, it's charging this up. Okay. Let me see if it has a harvest going. Let me overgrow something. Okay. That is not harvested. Oh, that was me. Oh, that was harvested. doesn't look like it places seeds. Let me see. Well, it collected seeds. Alright, it's collecting stuff. Did not replant it, though. I thought this thing replanted stuff. Let me see how things are looking over here. Okay, the potatoes look like they replanted. Okay, now it replanted. It replanted a potato, so... Okay, it's not going to be preserving things, but that can be right in the long term. We can figure that out. We could have just one set with potatoes, one set with wheat and stuff. Interesting. So it does collect. Let me try to overgrow some more. Let's see how this looks in the long term. I want to do some growth accelerators beyond just the worms. Alright, let's see what it does with all these open spots. That's a really beautiful butterfly. What is that one called? Canary speckled wood. Oh, nice. Nothing yet. It's got seeds. Okay, just... Okay, it looks like it planted both. Alright. So I think it said it was using 2,000 per operation. That's fine. The only big cost is the iron necessary for it. It's got 4 iron blocks, but we can do that. So how about I just set up 4 of these around this thing and see how quickly they work. And we'll probably want a temporary power generator, maybe one of those windmills in the short term to get the farm started, and then see about some growth accelerators in the future. So give me a second to get that all assembled. Alright, so I think I've got things basically set up. I've got them all arranged around these farms. Then to power them, I think I should actually be able to use these as power connectors if I remember right. Cannot attach this wire here. I guess I didn't remember right. I thought maybe it's only for ropes and stuff, so I might have to put some connectors around here somewhere. I wonder if I can just... It's going to look really ugly. I don't want to do this. I might put a connector on top of here. Yeah, relays on top of there would look better. So yeah, let's not do that. Let me make some relays. And piece this together that way. Certainly have no shortage of hardened clay at this point. So that's nice. Okay, yeah, I can just sort of put that there, and then from here... Yeah, no, this will work nicely. Okay, yeah, so now this has power. Alright, I don't have a beehive over there. This might be a reason to get one. Yeah. Let me get more bee houses, and, you know, that'll serve multiple purposes. I think that should be fun. Alright, I'll be back. Let me look around for some bees. Alright, got more bees. Let me go ahead and wire up the rest of this. Let me... Yeah, shift right click. Alright, let me see this one. Okay, let me see. I go from... Oh, cannot attach the wire. Can I go from here, maybe? Yes, I can. Let me see if this will stretch far enough. Too far away. Okay, I've got an idea. Oh, hi. Do you have an idea too? Okay. Alright, let me see. So, yes, I got my wire cutters here. Oh, getting a lag spike. Okay. Go from here to here. Then from here to there. From there to there. Okay, that worked. I could go from here to here. Excellent. Just making a bit of a mess. I might want to have some raised wires. But this is working. I want to make sure that this isn't, when it gets to day, that these don't count as blocks. I don't think they count with not being full blocks, but I don't want to stop the bees. Alright, so let me see. I need to get this over here. I don't know if this is going to be enough distance. Yeah, not enough distance. So let me put one down here. I'm amused with the idea of just fitting all this stuff in here. I mean, it might cause some lag issues. I don't know. I mean, it probably will, actually. There we go. And then from here to there. So now, in theory, all of these should have power. Yep, full on power. Nearly full on power. Filling up on power. Okay, yeah, no, this is working. I can attach this to a temporary generator. Doesn't seem to be using that much power because it's not, you know, it only uses power on operation, not a constant thing, so that's nice. Yes, this seems like a good start, and making more use of this area. I might pretty up the wires some. Maybe add some posts or something. Let me figure it out and what I'm doing next. Okay, I've started to lay things out, I think, a little bit better, but it did occur to me, instead of the wire relays, we could use something a little bit better. One block I'm a big fan of is the powered lantern from Immersive Engineering. One of the things it counts as a low voltage wire relay, and it provides light, and it prevents mobs from spawning within, I believe, 16 blocks of it. So let's go ahead and get our wire cutter. Just right click to snip all the attachments, have them come towards us. Break that block. Maybe actually extend this out a little bit. If we have the hammer, we can right click one side of it, of the post. This is a treated wood post, pretty easy to make. Treated wood fences and stone brick underneath. So now I can go ahead and put that down right there. It looks lovely. Let me go ahead and connect the wires back to it. Connection is obstructed. That's odd. What's it obstructed by? Let's try it on the center post. See if the post itself is causing some problems. And see if that works. Wonder if maybe this is causing the problems? It does look like an awkward situation. Let me... I guess shift right click. Alright, now let's try it. Connection is obstructed. I don't understand. Let me check a few things. Well, I think I know a workaround. It only checks for obstructions when the wire is initially set up. So that worked just fine. And then if I go back and put the post down, there we go. It should still work. Although I probably should have linked it to the other things first. Yeah, it's obstructed. Let me just undo that. Then put our wires back in. There we go. Oh, odd. Doesn't have power now. Oh, no, now it does. Okay. But yeah, no, so now we have a bit of light going on there that is preventing monsters from spawning nearby. And this should be powering everything else. Let me go ahead and replace it for the other three posts, or the other two posts, and get everything nice and connected and lit up. Alright, I have them all set up now, all connected and all lit up. This should prevent monsters spawning from immediate area at least, which should make our blood altar a little bit safer, the park a little bit safer. It's not going to extend out to the power plant, but we'll be putting some other powered lights in there in the future. But how are we going to get these items over from, you know, these four things all the way over to there? I think a bunch of messy pipes would look kind of ugly. So I was thinking of doing a different method instead. Tapping into Blood Magic again. There is its item routing system. Not too hard to make the basic routing node. Then you have input nodes, output nodes, and then the master routing node, and this is just a block of iron. But basically, you make them in the Demon Wheel thing, and you set up a network. You're going to have to make a special wand for it, I believe. Do they have that in here? Yeah, here we go. So you make those pieces, and then you can connect them together with the wand, and you basically set it to be like input right there, output over here, add filters, and you have it tied all to a master routing node to basically let it know that that's where the network is. Oh, I should probably put my fan back. So it'll generate power, -3 RF per tick, right, because of the lights. The powered lights, oh, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Now it's generating power again. And again, that's not staying. It's just until we get this all set up. So yes, I'm going to set up some item routing nodes. I'm going to make them, you make them in the Demon Wheel thing. We should have some extra of that. We've got, these two right here. So I'm going to mass produce them, and I guess I need 4 input and 2 output. And then to put some filters on them, I think is the way I need to do this. So let me go ahead and make those. Okay, I'm just making the output routing nodes right now. It's using up a good amount of will, so we've been gathering that with our sword and these common tartaric gems. We might be time to make an upgraded one soon, but we should have what we need for today. There we go. And let me grab these supplies. Just a little crafting method there. Yeah, let me get rid of a lot of this mess that we aren't going to need. And we got some cherries from one of the forestry trees. So that was nice. Okay, let's worry about filtering later. Let's put in our input routing nodes. Now, you should be able to right-click on inventory to connect it. There we go. And it points into, and basically you can set filters per direction and all that, because it actually connects to all adjacent inventories. But we're not going to worry about that quite yet, because we basically want to take whatever is in there. So let's go ahead and there we go. And one final one there. All right, so then we're going to need a master routing node. Let's go ahead and hide it in here. See how it sort of connects to everything. Now this, I don't believe it actually has to connect to an inventory at all. This basically just lets you link everything to the network. Now, I believe there was a filter. Let's see, how do we make this? Precise. So I guess we want the precise one. Okay, how do I make this one? Oh, okay, so I'm going to have to make... That's not too bad to make. I'm going to need 4 of these. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead, and I'm going to show you how to link these together. From what I remember, you just start right-clicking, setting the location. So that's linked together. They all just have to be in the same network, so link there. Link there. Did I do the setting the location? Link node to master. Now this goes away when you don't have the wand equipped. When it sends an item, I think it briefly flashes. But let me go ahead and make those last pieces for the filters, and then we can get these all hooked up. Okay, let's see. Should have the output routing nodes now. Let's go ahead and start connecting them to things. Now, let me see. This is going to be facing north, I believe. So, let's put an output routing node there. Hopefully, it can connect. This, we want seeds only. So, let me see about seeds. Oh, yeah, no, I've got seeds right there. So, we put seeds in, I believe. Okay. I don't know if... I don't remember if the 0 means anything. I think that might be priority. Oh, I want that in north. My mistake. North. Precise item filter. There we go. Okay, so it should be sending seeds that way once we get it connected. Let's go ahead and do that for the rest of these. Okay, that's going to be east. All right. East. And the precise item filter. Seeds. Let's go ahead and link these and just see if we can start sending some seeds out. And just connect it up to the master right here. Okay, now this should get some seeds. Should get some seeds, not getting some seeds. Let me see what's going on here. Interesting. Let me just put a chest down to see if the chest will grab anything. Should be able to put it like right here. Okay, that's getting wheat. Poisonous potatoes. I wonder if maybe it doesn't output seeds until it gathers everything up. Until it has an excess of seeds might make sense. Didn't get normal potato. It might be because, yeah. So things might be working, we just don't have the capacity yet. Let me hook the other things up and I guess get rid of this chest. Okay, so I think it is working, just we don't have the input yet. Did that? Okay, I thought I saw it flash, but I probably just flashed it. Oh, yeah. All right, let me hook the rest of this up and go from there. All right, I think, unfortunately, that's all the time we had for today, but we should, in theory, once the farm is up and better stocked, start getting things flowing through here into the machines automatically. Then once we connect on power, they'll process and start filling up the tanks. Then I guess next time we should make that farm a bit more efficient, as well as doing a bit of refining and actually making the diesel to actually get the power plant generating actual power would be nice. But for now, Orc and Hat out. I hope you all had a lovely time, and see you again, I guess, tomorrow. Probably do another farming episode then. Alright, bye for now.